It's your boy BIGWAYNE918. Got the OG with me.
What to do, Coach Steph?
Yo, I know who he is, but yo, tell him who you are, man.
Hey, my name is T-Bone, but they call me Waba Hacha, OG Waba, and yeah, I'm happy to be here. You know, happy to be here.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Nothing but bosses. You see, I got a boss right here on my channel. But before we get started, before we even get going here, I got something I want you to look at here. I've been holding on to it for a long time. I got a little story behind it. This is how I found out about the OG right here. This is how I found out about you, okay?
Right.
My partner, my best friend Julius, came to me. He's like, "Hey man, yo, I just met this this rapper. This is back in the 90s, back in 95, 96.
Yeah.
And he's like, he messed up your name. He's calling you Waba Butter.
Right.
Like Waba Butter. And I want to say he may have had a tape at the time or something. So we fooling with it. We listening to it. I was like, okay, this is cool. And so it's cool, whatever. Anyway, I ended up in Sound Warehouse. It may have been Sound Warehouse or S&E Sounds. I don't recall which one, but I used to fool with both of them. I came up on this Waba Hacha.
Yes.
It's like butter. This is an original, and look, y'all can look at it just so y'all know. Youngsters may not know about this. This is a CD. They don't know about this, but this is the original. You see, it ain't been burnt, nothing. It's got the original print on it. You know what I'm saying?
That CD worth about a good $150 to maybe $500 right now if you do a search on eBay, or anybody that's trying to buy it and watch somebody hit you up for it.
Y'all see that? This is an original copy. This is from, got 98, 99 the copyright, but anyway, y'all see, this is history right here.
Yeah.
Look at that. It ain't that many scratches on there. You see it too?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It still play. I was jamming to it in my car.
That's right.
So you know, if it's worth $500 right now, it's about to become priceless. Cause you're gonna have to, let me wipe it off, man. I got some smudges on here. Y'all got everything else in here. Y'all got Windex. I know y'all don't wipe over. You know what? This was the first CD I played in my car. I didn't even know my CD player was working. First CD I played, but yo, man, I was coming to interview the OG. Somebody I respect. I'm gonna go ahead and let you sign it.
I have some originals that I sell on my website.
All right.
And but I let them go for a minimum bill 50. But there are some people out there that I won't sell to, and what they'll do is they'll start up these bidding wars to get it. Because it's pretty highly sought after, you know, in overseas markets, and yeah, it's but if you do a Google, you'll see, and it's gone for quite a bit. I mean, there's some other CDs out here that's around here from these parts that have gone for more, but they don't have as less copies as I have. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it rare. The less you have, and the more rarer it is. So it's steady increasing in value. And
is this one on the streaming platform as well?
No, that'll never be on the streaming platform. I'll never.
I'm gonna hold out before you. I'm gonna have you sign it. Look, the OG is gonna sign it. It's gonna be priceless. Okay.
That's real talk.
We gonna sign it. But y'all see it. I didn't even know it was going like that.
Yeah,
man.
that's my top selling album right now, even to this day.
This shit slap though. It still do slap.
Yeah, that's real.
It slap like for real. yeah.
That mug still goes. Where you want me to sign it at?
Man, I might have you sign it.
Like in one of the little clear areas there?
Yeah, one of them areas. Yeah. That's what it is, man. I appreciate that, big dog. I really,
that's real talk.
That, for sure.
I was in my 20s when I put that mug
man, I was in my teens.
Yeah.
But it don't matter. I was still banging to it. This is.
And you know how I came up with the name Waba Hacha?
How'd you come up with the name Waba Hacha?
Well, in my era of doing music, right, we had what they call bios, right?
Yeah.
So a bio would be where you like include a headshot, and then you would put like these little short stories, right, with your content when you send it out on promos. Well, what they would ask all of the artists is to be able to describe their music, be able to describe their style. I didn't want to give mine a gangster rap, so that these was how they was trying to put it, you know, categories. They were trying to either say you was either like an East Coast sort of rapper, or you was West Coast or whatever. Well,
the G-Funk era.
Exactly. That was how they defined our era.
Yeah.
But to describe my music, I called it Waba Hacha.
Okay.
because it's soulful hip hop, you know what I mean? But at the same time, because I'm conscious, I wanted to be able to describe my music, and I called it Waba Hacha. So my rap name or my street name was T-Bone, still is to this day. But Waba Hacha just took over. That was the style of music to describe the style of music, and it just stuck. That's how I came up with Waba Hacha. I found him in the booth. And I found him in the booth at Leo Okiki's studio, Chaptown Studio. One of the coldest fucking producers around here, one of the coldest engineers around. Yeah. We call him the one-man band. This is like everybody used his studio, whether it be me, Player 1000,
Player 1000, yeah, Dangerous Rob,
Big Burner, all of us. We were all recorded at the same studio, and that's how I found Waba Hacha was in that studio that day. Because we talking about coming up in Oklahoma, and especially during the time period where even right now we still don't have any big labels. You know, like on the West Coast or something like that, you can mail yourself up into a
Death Row or Ruthless.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, put yourself in the box, and you know when they pop it over, you bust out like a cake. Well, we didn't have that here. So with that being said, it was coming up in that era, and you wanting to do something like that, but at the same time you didn't have a studio. That was like a far-fetched dream. So when I finally got off in the studio, to where I could actually be in the studio, where I could put on some headsets, and I could do something other than taking 2 stereo tape players, beatboxing in one, recording it in this, and then going back and forth until we filled up a track. It was my first time actually going into a studio, and when I was in that studio, I actually found Waba Hacha. When I heard myself coming through them headsets,
like this is it.
It was it. It was like a spirit, you know what I mean? And that's what I called it, Waba Hacha, from there on. And that's what I try to put in the music, to where when people hear it, that they move by it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Other than just hitting with some gangster shit and have you going out doing some dumb shit.
Nah, man. Nah, that I'm glad the whole T-Bone thing. I'm glad you put, because when it first came out, I didn't know. I know T-Bone and Waba Hacha was the same person. I was like, hold on. Yeah. I heard him say T-Bone, but it sounded like it's the same person. Yeah. So it was the same person.
Yeah, because the first thing that I ever came up with was a maxi single called Bone Funk.
Yeah.
And me and D-Rob toured that whole summer with that. I mean, we went everywhere. And that was my first project, was called Bone Funk. And then I flipped it up after that, and I officially started going and using Waba Hacha. Was being on the road. You know something that I discovered about being on the road? Is that, excuse me, people want it. People say that they want to be in the music. They say that they want to be in the game. But it's a whole lot of shit to come with that you really, if you ain't ready for it, can fuck you up.
Right.
And that was one of the things that I discovered. I discovered jealousy. And to where so once I saw all of that, and I said, you know what, that ain't really me. That ain't what I want to get the money, but at the same time I'm conscious, so I had to kind of pull back from it. And I stopped using T-Bone, and I started doing the Waba Hacha thing, concentrating on making the importance of what I say in this stuff. There's got to be some real stuff, because it's got to be something I can stand by. So that album, It's Like Butter Baby, had my daughter on the cover as a baby.
I seen the baby on there. Yeah.
So I called it It's Like Butter Baby. So that whole CD ain't got no cussing on it. Not one of them songs got cussing in it.
Yeah, that was one of the few things I could play, and I'd have to hear my parents, you know what I'm saying, come at me. You know. How did you get into doing music?
You know what? Growing up, I was a product of the 70s, right? So, growing up, my parents were very instrumental or influential in us making music. Beat on the side of the fucking dresser with these big, beat a whole hole into that damn dresser. And so that was, to be honest, that was really how we got off into music, was just as little people, just growing up and beating on the side of the dresser. And then from there, you know what I mean, started writing songs. And I still remember the first hip-hop track that changed my fucking life. Yo, it blew my mind.
Oh, what was that?
Man, Planet Rock.
Okay.
Let me tell you, dude, oh man, the first time I heard Planet Rock, it blew my mind, because I had never heard nothing like that before. And it just blew my mind. And oh God. So I knew that was what I was gonna do. I knew. I said, that's what I want to do with my life. Pop wasn't gonna last, and people were trying to call. I remember when people was actually trying to call it a fad.
Yeah.
And then Then Melly Mel came and what was the name of it? Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 came with The Message. And when they came with The Message, and they actually had, you know, some content to it.
Literally had a message.
Yeah, opposed to just, you know, instrumentation. That was what made people decide to start sitting down and trying to write serious rhymes. But it was a matter of the flow, what cadence you were going to use, what tone, you know what I'm saying? And because back then everybody rapped the same. That's how people sounded. And I didn't want to sound like that. So I would write them. What it do, y'all? This your main man, Waba. Hey, catch me on Facebook, you know, Waba Hacha, WABAHACHA. Same thing on, I think it's that on Twitter. Either that, just Waba Hacha or OG Waba. That's all you got to do is search for that. And on YouTube, Wabafan, like F-A-N. And yeah, man, holla back, you know, shoot me something, some feedback. If you want to fight me, set that up too. You know what I'm saying? And I just fucking retired. But yeah, man, Waba Hacha. I'm still out here, Clifford, and I want money. Yep. Black Fist.
I just want to say appreciate you hopping on my channel.
Yes, sir.
BIGWAYNE918. You see, I got nothing but bosses. We got Waba Hacha. Y'all check him out.
OG Waba, T-Bone.
Hey, what up? It's your boy BIGWAYNE918. Thanks for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and then hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is dropping. So please take some time and enjoy my other videos. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. And just be on the lookout because I got more to come. I'll holler at y'all later.